All right, let's go. Let's get it. Let's see who shows up. Let's see who is gonna show up. All right, we got one per. Oh, all right, we got a few people. Adam, Nero, Tom Hibbert. Let's go. Let's see who else shows up. Oh, we'll see. I don't know yet. Well, I know a few things. It wasn't Jason. It was it's Chris. Yep. So I'm gonna talk about the comics that I got for myself, and well, one came from Chris, and then I'll start unboxing. Also, I got a new addition to the room. I don't know if you can see it, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. All right. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna wait a little bit before we start getting into it. Florida. Yes. Thank you for the obvious joke. It's obvious. Obvious joke is obvious. All right. Let's see. All right, we got 7 people. Just fixing the chair right now. UK is still hot, bloody painful to sleep at night. Hello, Hunter. What's up? What's good, Chris? Glad you could make it. What's good, brother? Oh, what? Sorry, I'll be right back. Hello? Oh, I was just one. 1 second. Um, I was just asking. All right, that was unexpected. Had a personal thing to take care of. All right. I wouldn't call it a revolution. Slow. It wasn't a slow week. I was away with my girlfriend for a couple days. I like to spend time with her. I like to decompress from doing YouTube stuff and all this other stuff because I'm only human. So, yeah. Anyway, so I guess it's enough people. Goddamn chair. That's what I really need. Anyway, so Chris, I know you're watching this. Thank you again, brother, for this. And yeah, so I'm gonna go first off through some of the stuff I got by myself over the week while I was with her, and I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna do the unboxing because I got 3 packages to go through. So, but first, let me show you what I got. This is so cool. This, if you don't know, this is what my girlfriend got me as like a 1-year anniversary gift. It's the hand of the creature from the Black. It's a model of the hand of the creature from the Black Lagoon, the fossilized hand at the beginning of the movie. Yeah, this is really cool. I really love this. So you're gonna see this. You're gonna see this. I moved Goku Black into my closet. But you're going to see that in the background. But it is going to look like you're going to get... It does look like it's flipping people off, though. I will admit. So, we got Deku, the creature's hand, and, Edward Kenway. So, let's move on to the things. And, yeah. Starting off with Void Rivals #1. I did get it. I did get Void Rivals #1. Not a lot of Transformer or G.I. Joe stuff. This is more like a first issue, but this is more or less the start of the shared Transformers G.I. Joe universe. Really, the only one who shows up is Jetfire, and that's really it. But it's a cool start. It's a nice trippy start to it. Next up, we have Frank Franzetta's Mothman. This looks cool. Like, I'm curious about this. This looks like a lot of fun. It's like the Mothman is an alien and he's trapped in West Virginia and everyone's trying to kill him. That's what it kind of is. And finally, we have Static team up with Anansi #1. This was a one and done. I think Static team up is an ongoing, but they're doing Anansi first. So this is Anansi from the cartoon, from the Static cartoon, making his hello, Captain Lunar. Like Anansi from the cartoon making his comic book appearance. So moving on to some trades, we got Witchblade, Red Sonja. This is we were in a comic just some random comic shop. And I poked my head in there, and I poked my head. I was looking through all their like discount books, and I found this just on a happenstance. So been meaning to read this. This has been around since 2007, so I've never read it. So it's kind of cool to find it in trade. Next, we have Superman Batman Volume 5. This is the Michael Green run of Superman Batman. It's like a nice little omnibus. I got this at Ollie's for about $8. This is normally like a $34 book. But yeah, $8. I could do that. So now let's get started with this stuff you came here for. And starting off, we have the first book that came to me about a day or so ago, Black Panther Volume 3. This is the end of the John Ridley run of Black Panther. It's been touch and go for this series, but I'm hoping that Volume 3 ends well for this. So very curious to see how this will all play out. All right. So let's get started with this bag. Let's get started with this bag. All right. Oh, it's a bag inside a bag. Okay. Okay. And it's Superman American Alien. This was done by Max Landis, who is kind of problematic, but I will try to look over that for this book. Looks really cool. I've heard some interesting things about this. Yeah, so I'm curious about how this will play out for this. So Superman. Yeah. All right, so Superman American Alien, that's the first one. Let's go into this one, because this was pretty heavy. This was all right. Okay. Gotta pick this up carefully. Okay. Ooh, I didn't know he was sending some of these. First and foremost, we have Black Adam Theology. This is the first volume of the 12-issue maxi series of Christopher Priest's Black Adam. I was very looking forward to this. I was actually close to buying this once or twice already, but it's pretty cool that Chris sent this to me. This is fantastic. I love this. All right. Next up, I was not expecting Frank Miller's Ronin. I'd seen this comic so many times, and this is like a Frank Miller story that no one talks about. This was apparently also, I don't know how true this is, but this was apparently one of the inspirations for Samurai Jack, was Ronin. I'm very excited to read this. I had no idea Chris was sending me Ronin, so thank you, brother. All right. Another book that I did not know was coming. World of Krypton. I have heard things about this. Things, not like bad or good things, but I've heard like this is a comic that's pretty unique in its own idea. It's the story of Krypton before the end, obviously. So I'm very curious to read this. Robert Venditti's a mixed writer, but hey, I heard he's really good on miniseries, so this definitely works. Next up is War for Earth 3. This was a DC mini event involving the Suicide Squad, the Flash, and the Teen Titans. So this is going to be really cool. This is basically Amanda Waller has fled to the Crime Syndicate universe, where the Suicide Squad is sent to go get her, while battling the Crime Syndicate of America, and the Titans and the Flash are also get mixed up in it. It's like a mini event, so I'm very curious about this. All right, next up we have John Ridley, Superman Red and Blue. Very excited to read this. I'm very curious to see how this will play out. I heard this was one of the best books. This was the bestseller of 2022. And I'm always a fan of Superman. I always love me some Superman, so I'm very excited to read this. Oh, we have some James Stokoe artwork in here, too. Awesome. I'm actually very excited for that. James Stokoe, who did Godzilla Half-Century War and Aliens Dead Orbit. Yeah, we got some James Stokoe art. That's awesome. I didn't know he was part of this book. That's fucking amazing. We got a whole hodgepodge of writers in here. That's really cool. So thank you, Chris. Next up, we have Far Sector. This was the Green Lantern book that everyone was a buzz about. This is the only Green Lantern book where I was like, I haven't read this character, so I can't really give my thoughts on it. But everyone raved about Far Sector, so I'm very curious about this. I'm very excited for this. Yeah, thank you again, Chris. All right. Moving on now to Truth and Justice. Truth and Justice. I have no idea what this book is about. But I'm curious. I'm very curious. It does look like Superman-centric, and it's got all these different characters. We've got it's going to focus on Jason. Yeah, I do like when it focuses on all these on different characters. It looks like an overarching story, like a team-up book, which I'm all for. So, yeah, Truth and Justice. I'll give this a shot. All right. Okay. Come on. Get out of there. All right. All right. So next up, we have Brian Michael Bendis' Naomi Season 1. This was apparently the one of the better books from the Bendis DC Comics. So I'm curious to see how this will play out. And finally, oh boy. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Superman Year 1. Superman Year 1. I'm curious. Like, I already know this is going to be a comic that is going to have a fascinating take because I heard nothing good about it. But hey, sometimes it's fun to read crazy Frank Miller books, you know? So, yes, I still have the He-Man Thundercats Godzilla drawing. It's in my closet. I've remade into a library. So, yeah. Oh, man. Superman. I had no idea Chris was sending me this. But, yeah, sure. Okay, I'll read it. I wasn't expecting this, but yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking through this because I didn't think Chris. This was what comic Chris didn't tell me. So I'm ready for some crazy Frank Miller. I'm kind of here for it. Couldn't tell. Yep, that's typical Chris right there. So I'm curious about Naomi. It's a character, one of the Bendis books I wanted to read. That I've been meaning to read Batman Universe too. I heard Batman Universe was really good. I heard Batman Universe was something really good. Yeah, I know Superman Year 1 takes place in the Dark Knight universe. I know, like, I heard, like, yeah, that's kind of a how thing. So, to reiterate, let's get all this together. I'm going to get this this wrapping up real quick. So aside from the Black Panther book, let's go through all the DC books right now. Let's go through the DC books that Chris sent me. All right. So Superman American Alien, Truth and Justice, War for Earth 3, World of Krypton, Frank Miller's Ronin, Black Adam Theology, Bar Sector, Superman Red and Blue, Naomi Season 1, and Superman Year 1. Okay. Okay. Holy crap. This is beefy. This is very beefy. All right. I'm very curious. Like when I read Ronin and then I read Superman Earth 1, I'm gonna be very curious to see the juxtaposition of Frank Miller's writing. I'm gonna be very curious to see how that will play out. But anyway, so yeah, Chris, thank you so much for this comic. These comics. This is from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for these books. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I actually have loaned Batman vs. Bigby to my girlfriend. She wanted to read it. So I can't wait for her World Revolution. So that will probably be the next book I do a review of. But yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I definitely needed some DC some DC books in the collection to amp it up. So this definitely helped. All right. So I am going so Chris, thank you once again. I know you're watching this, so thank you again, brother. Deep bottom of my heart. And yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day here. I'm very tired, but when Chris, like I told Chris, whenever I get like these big trade package collections, I would do a I would do live streams and do like live unpackaging for them. So yeah, not like when it, like because it's too small. So if it's just like one or two books, then I won't do it. But if it's like one of these big packages or multiple packages, then I will. I will definitely. I definitely do these unpackaging these live stream these unpackaging live streams because I like showing them off and like I love giving my general reaction. All right, guys. So hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the multiverse.